Joel Wooten, head coach of the Southeast Community College men's basketball team. As you might be able to hear in the background, the preseason practices are underway. You've actually been able to get out on the floor against some other competition. Talk about how that's gone.
Well, two weeks ago, we went up to Ames and played in the Iowa JUCO Jam. Played 3 games there. Kind of like you expect. It just depends on your philosophy on what you want to use scrimmages for. We play everybody because you want to see who plays in games. You know, you might have great practice players that don't play very well in a game, and vice versa. You may have guys that don't practice very well that play pretty good. And as many new players as we have and all that, we struggled a little bit, but we kind of expected to. And like I said, we played everybody pretty much an equal amount. So, you know, we weren't playing just a top group, and you know, we played everybody pretty much equally. So we kind of found out we're a little bit more where we were. And then this last weekend, well, we got rained out, believe it or not.
Of course.
Down in Johnson County, their roof was leaking last week when they had all that rain. So we were supposed to play down there. Well, so we played down at Pratt this past weekend. And, you know, they always say from first competition to second competition is usually when you improve the most. Well, we definitely improved a lot. We played much better on both ends of the floor. We played even better competition. We played 3 Division I's down there. We won 1 and lost the other 2 close against really good competition, and could have won one of the other ones. So we feel pretty good about the direction we're going. We don't want to be at our best right now anyway. We're trying to get to where after Christmas we want to start that real peak time. But I'm very happy with where we are right now, and think that we're going in the right direction.
You've got some fresh faces, even some new sophomores that are coming into the program. What were some of your needs as you came into this season?
Well, a couple of things. One of our biggest things that we were looking at is we were looking for pure point guards, and we brought 3 in. We've got a sophomore transfer, and 2 freshmen. I mean, we signed the 2 freshmen early, knowing that would give us some kind of protection, but we still really wanted somebody with some experience. So that we went out and found a sophomore. We were looking for a sophomore or 2 bigs, especially in our system. There's not a lot of difference between our players, but we were looking for a couple of older kids that could play up front, and we found a couple that really fit our needs. So that was why we went the direction we did with transfers. And then we got a bunch of freshmen that, you know, we would prefer in most years to bring mostly freshmen in, but when you have direct needs, at our level, you have to try to find those older kids where you can.
Absolutely. What kind of offense you like to run? And that's kind of a dumb question because I've watched you play a lot, but what kind of offense and defense do you like to run? I notice you don't have anybody listed as a center.
Right. And we run what's called read and react, and basically we are almost positionless. Other than point guard, we're pretty much positionless. The only time we talk about player position is defense, not on offense. You know, who they're going to guard. We want very skilled players. We want kids that can play multiple positions to make us more versatile. We've got a lot of size. You know, we have a lot of kids that 6'4" to 6'7" range who can play multiple positions, and that makes it hard to match up against us. And so we play fast, and like I said, we play it almost positionless read and react, where we give them rules, pass and cut. Anytime you're overplayed, you backdoor. We try to spread the floor as much as we can, and it allows every player to play to their strengths.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of these players. Just give me a little bit as we mention them. You got Darian McDonald, a 6'2" sophomore, the guard from Pflugerville, Texas, and we're going to do our sophomores first. But talk a little bit about Darian.
Darian is a really good shooter. He was a really good shooter last year, and he's more consistent this year. And a lot of that has to do with he's improved his strength. You know, coming in, a lot of the guys as freshmen he's still a kid that needs more strength, but he's stronger than he looks. Yeah. He's just one of those kids that he doesn't put on a lot of weight, but he's really improved his strength. Great shooter. Really, you know, that's probably his biggest strength, but he understands defense as well.
Caleb Hardaway. Now, is he a new transfer sophomore, or was he here last year?
No, he was here last year. He was here last year, and he's a big, strong guard. And we played him at point because we didn't have a choice last year. And he's really not a point guard. He's really more of a 2-3, or we can put him on the wing where he can attack the rim. And that's really where he's a much better player. It takes some of the pressure off his shoulders to have to bring the ball down the floor and do everything else. Well, now he can attack from the rim. From the wing. And he's really good at getting to the rim. And then when people help, he's strong enough that he can either finish or hit the open man.
Yeah, he's more in his position now. Okay,
Yep.
You got Ben Mosh. You went to Kentucky to get him.
Yeah, we've in the past had a lot of kids from the Louisville area. We had just kind of gone away from it the last couple of years. He's a point guard that we were looking for. We were looking for that experienced guy. He's going to step in and fill that need for us, and he'll help the younger guys do what we need him to do with his playing. So I think he's a great fit for what we do.
Good. Alex Danzler, one of several LaGrange, Georgia guys that he's back for more this year.
Yeah, and he's somewhat similar to Darian. He's really improved his strength. Worked really hard over the summer to become stronger. Really good shooter. He's really improved the mental part of the game. He understands what we expect of him much better than this year than a year ago. So we look for big things from him this year. Good.
Keenan Gray, you also brought him in from LaGrange, and he's a 6'6" sophomore. You've got him listed as a forward.
Yeah, he's a transfer, long, very athletic, very strong. He can play inside and out. He can guard anybody. He's offensively, he's better suited for in and around the basket, but he's really good in screen and roll, and he's really good at sealing once he rolls and pins his guy underneath the rim. So where we really like him is defense and rebounding.
Good. Seems like last year some of these teams that came in here, that might have been an area of concern for you. And obviously, you look at this roster, you have addressed some of that stuff. So definitely, you got on that here on the off season.
Absolutely.
We got Ray Harding, another 6'6" sophomore from Australia.
Very versatile player. He's probably, if he's not the hardest player we have on the team, he's one of the top 2 or 3. He plays hard every play, both ends of the floor. Great kid, works his tail off. He's very skilled. He can handle the ball. He can pass it. He can shoot it. Back home, he even played some point guard. So he's done a little bit of everything, and that's what we really liked him. We think we could, if we had to, we could play him 1 through 4.
Yeah, sounds like he kind of fits your offense. And then Brody Townsend's back, the 6'4" sophomore. And this kid, do you find it tough to kick him out of the gym? It seems like he's always here.
He's always here.
He just loves being around it.
He is a gym rat. He likes being in the gym. He's also done a lot of similar things. He's gotten a lot stronger.
Yeah.
And experience is going to be a big help to him. We probably should have redshirted him last year, but because of the size issue, we'll play him more as a combo guard than up front. Like last year, we played him at 4 because we had to. Well, this year, we're going to play him probably more at that 2-3 kind of a combo guard kid. He's really long, really athletic, and he'll give some teams some trouble.
I was going to say, that could be a matchup nightmare for some folks if you put him at that position.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and run down your freshman now. Jalen Covington-Berry went down to St. Louis, Missouri to get him. He's a 6'3" freshman guard.
Big, strong kid. He's very athletic, very strong. He can play multiple positions. He can play 2 through 4. Really good defender. A really good rebounder. He's really good on the offensive glass. He's really hard to keep off the glass.
Wow.
And so that was an area of concern, so he was a perfect fit for us.
Daz Williams, now he's listed as a 6'1" freshman from LaGrange, Georgia, but you look at him, he just looks a little bigger than 6'1". He's put together.
Yeah, he's put together. But he played linebacker on their football team. And so
he's a big kid.
Yeah, he's a big kid, big strong kid, and he can really, really shoot the ball.
Really?
He may be our best pure just shooter. I mean, he can shoot from distance, and he gets on a streak and he might hit 6, 7 3-pointers in a row from deep threes. So he just needs to learn the college game a little bit. And like I said, we look for him probably to help us more later in the season than early in the season. But he can, if anybody tries to play zone, we'll throw him in the game and he'll create problems for him.
Absolutely. And then we're going to touch on another one of your new point guards, Dylan Ryburn.
Dylan's one of those, what I call a steady Eddie.
Okay.
He's one of those kids, he's not flashy, but he's a tough kid, just does the right thing, handles the ball, gets the ball where it needs to go. He's just, like I said, he's one of those kids, he's not flashy at all, but he doesn't make mistakes either. He's a kid, no matter what you do, you know, he's, like you said, he's going to be a point guard, but he could play multiple positions and not affect him because he understands the game so well.
Yeah. Jalen Patton Croker, 6'4" freshman guard, bringing him in too. So it looks like you're really building some depth up here.
That's kind of our goal. We need to play a lot of guys with the style of play. Jalen, honestly, he has a chance to be a D1 player. Really? I mean, he's very, very talented. He just, right now where he's at is, I mean, he's very skilled, he's very smooth. He's one of those kids that you watch him, you don't think he's working very hard until you see him next to other guys, and he makes everything look easy because he's so smooth.
But we'll keep our eyes on him.
He's very strong and very athletic, and he can do pretty much everything as well.
No, that's huge. That's good news. Jalen Barker went to Australia to get him a 6'2" freshman point guard, so that would round the three out.
Yep, very fast. He's different than the other two. He's really long. He's really fast. He's not super springy athletic, but he's really fast athletic, and he's really long and a really good defender. And he's really good at staying in front of people, and he really likes to run the floor. He's really good at pushing the ball up the floor.
That's awesome.
So really good compliment. Yeah, really good compliment to our other two.
Yep. Randall Rickenberg, you didn't have to go far to get him, a hometown kid, but you know these Beatrice guys, they're just going to come in and give you 120%.
Absolutely, and he's really high basketball IQ. He understands the game really well, and he's another kid that can really shoot it. One of our things that we were really pushing besides the size and rebounding was we needed shooters. And so he's a perfect fit for what we do. He can play multiple positions. Again, he's a kid that can play 2 through 4, even though he might be a little undersized to play 4. But he's a matchup nightmare if we played him at 4.
Yeah.
Because if they try to guard him with somebody big, he'll just take them too far out on the floor where they can't guard him. Great kid. He's been a great fit for us.
Sounds like you've got this thought through here about where you might be placing some of these guys.
Yep.
Shaquan Clark, he went to Toronto, Canada to get the 6'6" freshman forward.
Yeah, he's a very talented, athletic kid. He's got a great body. He's a kid that we're hoping by the second half of the year, his biggest thing is he just hasn't played a lot of basketball. But he's athletic, he can score, he can play multiple positions, but he just doesn't always understand the intricacies of college basketball. But he's getting better every day. He works hard, both in the weight room and out here, and he just keeps getting better and better.
He'll be able to rely on his talent until he gets picked up on some of the other nuances there.
Absolutely.
And I know I saw you in some Lincoln gyms here last fall, and it looks like that paid off. You got Liam from Northeast out of Lincoln.
Yep. Liam is another one of those kids. He's 6'7", very versatile. He can play basically 2 through 4. We may even play him a little bit at 5 because of his length. He's really good shot blocker.
Yeah.
He's really good. He's really skilled. He can shoot the 3. He can put the ball on the floor. I mean, he's a very versatile player, and he's going to be one of those kids. He's another matchup nightmare.
Yeah.
Play somebody big on him, fine. We're going to take him further out on the floor. Play somebody smaller on him, he's big enough that he can go by somebody.
Very good. Kyle Grimm went down to Sabetha, Kansas to get him.
Big, strong kid. He's exactly what we were looking for. We weren't looking for a flash guy. We were looking for a good body, strong, who could play against some of the bigger guys that we have to play against. And he'll rebound, and he's probably better than we thought he was going to be. And he's improved every day. He's another hard-working kid. And I think that's probably one of the things that we really stressed when we were recruiting. We wanted great kids who work hard. and I think we've got a great group. And Kyle's just one of those kids that when the first week was here, you just kind of watching. Is he going to be athletic enough for him to help us? But he's just improved and improved and improved, and he's gained the trust of his teammates, and that's a huge thing.
Guys get comfortable and they really kind of start to flourish. I'm sure you've seen that.
Absolutely.
That kind of rounds out your roster. Let's talk about this schedule. Is this a situation where it doesn't appear as though on paper you're going to be home a lot? 11 home games in all, 2 in November, 3 in December, 2 in January, 4 in February. Is that about how that goes?
No, this is a little unusual.
You guys are going to be road warriors this year.
We typically we try to play like a 50-50 thing, but we play a lot of neutral games.
Okay.
You know, and we like to play neutral games because then you're not at a disadvantage on playing on somebody else's floor, but you're playing on a different floor, and plus we're playing a lot of games on the floor up at Central. You know, our biggest rival, the more games we can get on their floor, we think the better off that is for us for region play. But we wanted to see somebody different. You know, we chose to go over to Illinois to play in the John Wood tournament, so that's somebody different. We added Iowa Western, a really good Division I program, probably better than we probably should have taken.
But a good challenge for your kids, though.
Absolutely, and that's the biggest thing. If we're realistic, if we want a chance to make a run at the national tournament, you got to play better teams. It doesn't do you any good to play against a bunch of bad teams, because then you're not prepared.
Absolutely.
So we're trying to get prepared. It may cost us some wins, but I think down the road it will be a win for us.
Absolutely. You'll be ready on the back end. And Coach, you know, the guys are out here practicing now. You can just tell this team, as opposed to the past couple of years, this team, you're going to really be able to go deep into your bench. And like you're saying, you've got some guys now where you can kind of put them in places that are going to be better suited to them. So this is going to be exciting watching you guys this year.
Absolutely. We're really excited about the potential of this team. You know, like I said, we're playing probably the toughest schedule in the country at our level, truthfully. Wow. But you know, we're playing 8 Division I games. We're playing 3 games against prep schools that are going to have a bunch of D1 kids playing for them. We're playing against like 2 or 3, probably top 5 to top 10 Division II schools. So we really loaded up the schedule, probably more than I really probably should have, with as many new guys as we had. But we just said, you know, kids want to play against the best.
Absolutely.
If you're going to get better, you need to play against the best, and you want to play, you know, against good competition. And it's more fun to play that. You know, like I said, it's honestly, when we play against teams that the players consider to be not very good, we play our worst game.
Yeah.
We tend to play at the level of our competition.
Oh, this will be good. All right, Joel Wooten, hey, best of luck to you this year. Looking forward to a really exciting season.
Should be a lot of fun to watch.